Hey everybody, how you doing? This is about to be a really fun video. So, I'm gonna cut right to the chase. I'm at Tolliver's. I just pulled up here on the square in Manchester, and I gotta pick up two Bing Bangs. One of them you'll see in another video, one you'll see in this video. Long story short, last week when I was in here, I try to come up here once a week, see what's happening, see what's come in. You never know what people trade in. That's how you find some cool stuff. And I was picking up something else. The Mossberg Patriot I just showed you guys on the channel. We're going to do a video series on the most hated deer catching Bing Bang, Mossberg Patriot. See if we can get one a group worth a count. But when I was picking that up, I said, hey, if you guys ever get in one of these, let me know and let me get the chance to get it. And sitting there talking to John and Mason. Mason says, oh man, we got one in the back. And I was like, is it for sale or somebody's pawned it? Or he said, oh no, it's for sale. I said, well, I didn't ever see it. He said, it's in the back. And they go and grab it, and sure enough, they had one for sale. I said, I'm gonna be back next week, put it on my bill. So never had one of these, never seen one, mainly because when you do see them, they're super expensive. Well, Tolliver's just happened to have one that's not super expensive. And I said, put it on the bill. We'll do some videos on it. It's got some boogie to it. It's got some sauce. There's not a whole lot of people making them anymore. I just don't think they're as popular as they used to be. Probably because more people nowadays are more sissified. Anyways, I've been buying a bunch of Bing Bangs. And that stuff gets real expensive. I told my wife, I said, I'm going down to Tolliver's today. And she said, again? She said, you've been loading up that credit card. And I was like, well, I'll tell you what, I'll try to find something I can trade down in there on it and help my bill be a little less. But here's what I'm trading. That is, not my phone. That is my Ruger American in 7mm PRC. We've done a ton of videos on this thing. I actually bought one. We'll back it up even a little bit further. Somebody, one of y'all that works at the factory, DM'd me on Instagram. They said, don't tell nobody, but we just made 1,000 of these. You need to go to your dealer now and order one. So I did. Shout out to whoever that was. And I got one, and it was a lemon. The video's got a bunch of views. The thing would not group. It was grouping like 3 or 4 inch groups. And a little further down the line, long story short, Ruger called me. I guess somebody sent them the videos or something. And friend of a friend of a friend, they got my phone number. And they said, hey man, what are you doing making videos of our gun not doing good? I said, I don't know. I bought the thing and it don't do good. So I sent it back to them. Their engineers agreed, said, yeah, you got a lemon. It should do better than that. And they sent me another one. Well, they sent me this one. This one's a dead ringer. It puts them in the same hole every time. I got videos on it. I just looked this up. I don't see any of them online, so they didn't make a whole lot of them. It's got a 24 or 26 inch barrel. Y'all have to look that up, but it's kind of a limited edition. Y'all know where it's fixing to be. I'm fixing to trade it. Yeah, if y'all want to pick it up, Tolliver's has it. And like I said, this one, we'll put them in the same hole. It's in the videos I'm talking about, same hole groups. I also got a video taking a deer with this thing. The reason why I said in my mind, I don't like getting rid of things, but it does cost a lot of money doing what I do. And it helped me pay the bill for what I'm picking up so we can have more videos on this new thing. But yeah, that thing groups great. Groups fantastic. And I would keep it, but I also have a Mossberg Patriot in 7 PRC that does like 1/2 inch groups. So I'm okay with getting rid of this Ruger. Even though the Ruger's probably more of a limited edition, hard to find, you can get the Mossberg Patriots. They made a bunch of them. But anyways, let's go pick this thing up down here at Tolliver's. And yeah, see what I got. It's hard to find them, especially reasonably priced. All right. right, so I'm headed back to the house. Big smile on my face, super excited. Like I said, hard to find these, especially for a half decent deal. And give you a quick peek. No, it's not the box with the W on it. That's something else. But it's that thing next to it. Oh man. I got a GPS tracker in my wallet, and if I sit the wrong way, then it makes my phone go off and go bananas. But you might have seen in that little glimpse of what it was. And I've got one box of ammunition to feed it. It's kind of rare, like I said. I'm probably going to have to go online and order the stuff to feed it. I got one box for it at the house, I think, that I found somewhere. Just planning for when I can find one, but I'll see you back at the house and show you what it is. I'm pretty excited about it. All right, so who guessed it already? This hat, I grabbed the brand new hat. If you haven't seen these are on HOTEEWHO.com, but the True Timber Strata pattern with the HOTEEWHO patch. I feel like I look weird with a new hat on. I need to get my, I left it in my wife's car, so I couldn't wear it today. My 2+ year, some old greasy one with deer blood on it and all that. I feel like I look goofy with a brand new hat on. Anyways, who guessed it already? You might have seen it if you froze the video there for a second in the back of my truck, but I'm not kidding. I just worked up a sweat. I'm soaked with sweat going through this, trying to find the stuff to feed this thing. I'm not kidding. It's going to take me a while to put all this back together. I'll probably be up half the night putting things back where they go. But I found them. And I got 2 boxes of shells for this thing. What's that say right there? 10 gauge. I knew I had some somewhere. These, I forgot I had these. When I was looking for them, I was looking for this box. But these, I actually bought this at Sportsman's Warehouse maybe 2 years ago on accident and got home and said, oh man, I got 10 gauge turkey loads, but these are heavy shot Magnum 3.5-inch shells for 10 gauge. That ought to be pretty fun. We'll put them in a video here soon. And then these I got some copper plated buckshot. Are these 3.5s too? Yeah, these are 3.5 inch. 3.5 inches, 1,100 feet per second. 18 pellets of double aught buck. Oh my. But before I show you the bing bang, let me show you here. That just feels silly holding it. Let me grab I keep some 12 gauge buckshot right here, just in case of emergency, if you know what I'm saying. Here's 12 gauge buckshot, and here's 10 gauge buckshot. Both high brass. Look at the difference. Quite a bit of difference. Is this double aught buck too? I think it is. Yeah, so the double aught buck 12 gauge has 12 pellets. This has 12 pellets, where this has 18. Yowzers, that's 50% more payload. Does that mean it's going to have 50% more kick? I don't know. Somebody who's got a 10 gauge, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, I just picked up a 10 gauge. Been looking for a long time. I suppose I should have let Tollivers know a long time ago. But you guys, and while I was digging in my stash, look what I found. Y'all, you can't find this stuff. This is a 20 gauge Premier AccuTip slugs. This stuff is hard to find. Judging by this, I think I remember I picked this up at an academy 2 or 3 years ago. Somewhere random on a road trip, I saw this 20 gauge AccuTip slugs. These are hard to find. If I'm not mistaken, actually I'm pretty confident in it. That's the same projectile they load in the 450 Bushmaster, and they also have a muzzleloader loading for that too, for this projectile. But this is 20 gauge. Yeah, pretty crazy, huh? I wouldn't have known I had this unless I was looking for this 10 gauge stuff. But let me show you what I got here. Let me show you. Check it out. This is also kind of neat because this is the first Browning that I've ever got. My first Browning. Ooh, fancy pants. But This is the Browning BPS. I think this model is called like the BPS synthetic, or BPS 10 gauge field composite, I think is what this is actually called. But they come black. If I'm not mistaken, this is the black composite one. And somebody's done a pretty good half decent spray paint job on it, huh? How about that? Not too shabby. And they've also put, I'm going to hit my computer screen here, fiber optic front and rear sights on it. Not too shabby. And they've also got a Mason there at the shop, so this is a pretty good choke on it too. But 10 gauge, that looks pretty fancy there, Browning on the trigger guard. First Browning I ever got. But Browning BPS, apparently they still make these. But again, you pick it up used, that's even more better. But stay tuned for more on this, guys. That's got a safety right there. I didn't even pay attention to that until I just now got home. How's it work out here? Let's load one in there. Keep your finger off the trigger in the house. But let's see how it loads these. And it's a pump. Yeah. I hadn't messed with shotguns in a while. Finger off the trigger. Can't be having any holes in the ceiling. Press that button there. Loaded one. Bottom ejector, I guess, huh? How about that? I never had a bottom eject, I don't think. But that's neat. That's neat. But stay tuned. Hey, I've got a lot of video ideas for this 10 gauge. Let me know if you got a place for us to go do some snow goose hunting. We can come out and whack a whole bunch of them. That's serious. If you got a hot snow goose spot, we can come out. Let me know. We'll bring this bad boy. But yeah, Browning BPS. Fiber optic sights. Got it used at Tolliver's. Pretty nifty. Pretty nifty. Look at that action there. Yeah, pretty neat. Never had a 10 gauge, never had a Browning. But stay tuned. I'm super excited about this. My shoulder probably is not. It's got a half decent cushy butt pad there, huh? Browning. But pretty cool. Big shout out to Tolliver's. You guys have watched the show for any amount of time. That's where I've been getting all my bing bangs for like the past 2 years. Cool dudes. Super cool cats. And they always find me the weird stuff like this. But hey, appreciate y'all watching. Comment down below what we should do with 10 gauge. I'm thinking buckshot, 12 gauge versus 10 gauge. Turkey loads, 10 gauge versus 12 gauge. I don't know. We'll just see if all the horsepower is worth it. But yeah, maybe even take this duck hunting this year. Get them way up there. We'll see. I don't know. I don't have any shells that we could duck hunt with yet. All I got is those 2 boxes. But next time I'm in the big city, I'll see if I can find some more. And if not, we'll get them online. It'd be a good time. Stay tuned. Appreciate y'all. We got tons of videos on the way. If you haven't already, go check out HOTEEWHO.com. There's stuff like these hats, sweatshirts, t-shirts, all that stuff. Go check it out on HOTEEWHO.com. Make sure you're subscribed for the newsletter, free newsletter on HOTEEWHO.com. I got more stuff coming out on there real soon. Appreciate y'all. I'm super excited about the videos coming out. This weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I'm releasing some of the Africa hunt videos, so stay tuned for that. But hey, appreciate you watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. Hooty-hoo!
Load it up and get it on as soon as you can. 30-06, 10 mil, 50 cal. It don't make a difference, man. We like to shoot at